Guys, what's going on? Doing an update on today's IWM alerts. If you're not familiar with the service, it's a phenomenal scalping service, which is notoriously hard to do with subscribers. We've got around that problem by having David, who runs the service, scalp on voice chat. So he'll go on voice chat and he'll actually narrate the whole trade from when he's getting in to how it's looking to when he gets out. And so this is a phenomenal service. It usually happens within the first 10 minutes of market open, sometimes within the first 3 or 4 minutes of market open. So you got to be around for those times. But if you are, and you can adjust your trading strategy to just fit this perfectly, you'll find it to be a phenomenal strategy. I know one guy who's 10x'd his account, and that's not normal, but he's 10x'd his account following these alerts, which is absolutely fantastic to hear. There are a few other testimonials on this page. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can go and learn more about who David of IWM Alerts is, and then also join. You're also free to email me. I'll try and remember to put my email in the description below so you can come and send me emails and I'll try and answer. I have track records, I'll show you those as well. And we can talk a little bit more about what the limitations of the service is compared to other services and what to expect. Realistic expectations is a big part of this game, right? So yeah, so let's get started. So today, pre-market in IWM Alerts Discord, these are the notes that David was writing from pre-market. So May 19th, yep. So he does his footprint analysis and his bookmark stuff, none of which I fully understand. It's pretty hard. And he's talking about how the VIX is below 20, which is nice. And then he goes on to look at what he's going to actually do. So he decided to do the 206 puts, 0 DTE. It's always 0 DTE. And so that's what he was looking to trade. So he moved over to the voice channel 5 minutes before the market opens, which is really nice. If you're new to Discord and don't understand what this is the voice channel. There's still people sitting in there hours later. You just click on here and join. And then basically you just hear David Alexander giving his alert and basically commentating about what he's doing, which is phenomenal. Not many services offer this, especially at this price. So this is really, really fantastic, and hats off to David for doing this because this is really, really phenomenal. Before I let you see the results for today's IWM alerts, I want to give you a heads up about what we are launching next week. We're launching something called Spy ATM alerts, and these will be daily alerts that go out at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And we have a ton of data to support that this is a profitable strategy, and we're going to present that in a live webinar on Tuesday, the 20th of May at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's tomorrow if you're watching the day of this video coming out. It's going to be with Phil, who is the mastermind behind this, and then Lance from Theta Traders, who's also part of the group that we formed to produce these income producing alerts for you guys. This is going to be phenomenal. This is something that I'm really excited about. To have an account growth of 100% in 2025, whilst the market, if we go to trade and view, hopefully my audio doesn't cut out, it's been doing that a little bit. If you look at the market for 2025, or anybody who's been trading this in this market, so year to date, make sure this is maximized. Are we still year to date? No, we're not year to date. There we go. So we started the year to date here. We've just regained year to date right here. So we peaked a little bit up, but all the way down, all the way back up. So if you're trading the indices, you're about break even for the year. Pulls this strategy from Phil in it's basically 100% in 2025. 100%. And we have tons of data on that, and we're going to show that during the presentation. So make sure you come along. It's basically buying simple calls and puts at 10:30 every single morning. Typical trade lasts about 20 minutes. You'll love this. It's not scalping. It's like an intermediate between day. It's like a day trade, but it's a easier to trade day trade. It's not like you have to get in the minute the alert comes out or within a second or anything. This is going to be phenomenal. It's honestly one of my most exciting launches of the year. This is a cool strategy, so definitely come and check it out. We'll be doing launch prices. We might even do a giveaway or so. So definitely come and watch the webinar live, and you can ask tons of questions in the chat as well. So this is going to be phenomenal. Really excited to do this tomorrow night with Lance and Phil. So definitely come and check that out. So I'll leave a link in the description for this whole webinar bookmark place. I'm here and hitting the notify me button. Better yet, subscribe to the channel and hit the notify me button, and then you'll definitely get alerted when we're going to go live, and you won't miss this. Because if you're not there live, you won't have the chance to win the freebie stuff that we're probably going to give away, and you won't have the chance to ask questions. So definitely watch the webinar live. It's always best. All right. So let's get on with IWM alerts for this last trade today. So at market open, he moved over to the voice chat here. And this was a very mixed day. And you'll see this is really interesting how results vary per person. Like I said, I have one guy who 10x'd his account following these trades, and then I have people saying that it was no use at all and they leave. Check out the differences here. So Wavemaster was in at 8:31 Central Time, so that's really 1 minute after market opens Eastern Time. 0.57 to 0.65 in 6 seconds. This is why you need bracket orders set up. If you don't set up bracket orders, you're going to struggle a bit with the service, so you've got to have that learning curve. We have it in useful videos and also the Start Here channel. Salem got quick 0.58 to 0.65, which is fire. It's really good. Dangerous unfortunately stopped out, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit here. Why you might end up stopping out on a trade like this. Mike stopped out. Paresh stopped out. This guy stopped out. So this is the problem. Texas Yeti was doing a fantastic job learning the strategy. He entered at 0.57, but he's looking for the full 0.1 profit, which is what David does, and he missed it by 1 cent. 1 cent. Amber stopped out. You've got to set your price targets realistically, and I'm going to walk you through that step by step in a minute, because this is a perfect example of people who were doing that. Shoes got 0.51 to 0.61. This guy got stopped out. This is all dependent on fills, and this is why it's important to change your strategy to try and match. So here is Wavemaster given a really good example. He got in at 57 and out at 65, which is 8 cents, right? This guy MW got $100 on RTY contracts. This is also good if you're doing that kind of stuff. So futures, prop firm stuff. Salem brings up the point is you can't always do 0.1 TP and 0.2 like David. And the reason for that is David tends to get a little bit lower than we do because he's trading momentum and the price has moved in his favor before we get in, even on voice chat with minimal latency. Investing teacher got 0.56 to 0.65. That's super duper fire. That's good. So yeah, so you see how there's a mixed results. And the people that consistently do badly are going to leave and say it's a waste of money and stuff, which I had one guy tell me the other day, which is nonsense. Here is an analysis of what is going on. So David alerts a price. Let's do it in red, like this. So he alerts here, and he has a target right here. Can't draw straight lines. And this distance here is set by him from his experience to be $0.1 per contract. That's his first profit target. So what is the problem? If you set up the same bracket orders as him, but you get in here, just a little bit above him, your 0.1 is going to be up here somewhere. I can't draw it to save myself on this. So you're going to end up drawing you. This is a disaster. You get the idea though, is you basically are looking for the profit target up here. So he'll move, the trade will move up, it'll fill his order, but it won't fill yours, and then it will go all the way down and stop you out down here, and then you'll get mad. This is a really bad drawing, but hopefully it's a clear point. So what you do is you set your profit target to less than him. So if you're getting in 3 cents or 5 cents later than David, you set your profit target to 3 cents or 5 cents less than David. You're making less money, but you're keeping that win rate really high, and that win rate is extremely high. It's, let's see if we can find the right thing here, 90% win rate. So if you can replicate this, even if it means setting your target profit for like 5 cents or 7 cents, some people have had a lot of good results with 7 cents or even 8 cents. then you will be able to reproduce this equity curve, this profit and loss curve, which is amazing. There's very little drawdowns. This is number of trades along the x-axis, x-axis here. And so you can reproduce this curve. It won't be as steep because you're taking smaller profits. You also adjust your stop loss to be a little bit tighter, so you're not going to have that risk reward skewed too much. And it works. And the people that are doing that are finding success with the system. When I polled people, most people would answer that they were profitable with this system. The people that weren't are probably the ones that are not adjusting or setting up bracket orders in order to play these fast moves. So I highly advise that if you join us, you either learn the strategy, which David really wants to help people do, or you learn from the community that you have to change your bracket orders to accommodate for slippage in terms of your price versus what price David gets in at. And some people get in at the same price as David quite consistently, and some don't. And you've got to change your bracket orders to deal with that. We talk about that in useful videos with different bracket orders and things in here. So you can set this up, active trader setup. And so you want to set that up, otherwise you're not going to find success with this or really any other service. You've got to put in the effort to match the person who's doing it because there's so much, it's just too hard. You just can't expect to plug and play. You've got to make the effort. So people that make the effort, congratulations. I'm glad you're doing well with this system. And the people aren't, you need to put in that more effort. And I just did a video about, people not really having the right expectations about drawdowns and things like that. So hopefully that resonates with some people and gets them to change things. However, I want to mention this again. The spy alerts that we're going to do in a different Discord doesn't require quite so much like precision. You don't have to like chase the alert the same way that you do in IWM. So you may want to check this one out as well because it might be for you. I'll leave all the links in the description below. Hopefully it's helpful and I'll talk to you guys soon.